Hey guys, it's your girl Angelica, and we are on the 5th part of the Beginner's Guide makeup series. Today you are going to be learning how to apply cream makeup. So we're going to focus on like the cream contouring, adding cream blush and highlighter. So I'm going to teach you how to apply cream makeup today. I already did my base and I did a little bit of eyeshadow and mascara. When you go in with cream product, you don't want to have any powdered products that you use. You just want to use cream. You don't want to mix cream and you don't want to mix powder. Those are two things you don't want to mix when you are getting into makeup. So the first thing you start with when you apply cream contour, because that's what we're going to apply, and I'm going in with my Smize bronzer on my website. So you take your contour stick and you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here, because you want to go like right there. You go under your chin. You go at the bridges of your nose. This is contouring. You go under your nose like that. All right? And then your brushes you will need for this, which I probably skipped over that. But the brushes you're gonna need more denser brushes that are like more dense together. So brushes like this, like a foundation brush. You also want a nice wet sponge as well that helps with the blending. But more dense brushes like this is what you want to use for cream contouring, and obviously a nice damp or wet sponge, preferably damp. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start with your brush. I like to use a foundation brush first. So you just go in with that foundation brush to blend this out. And you want to make sure you're choosing a bronzer that fits your undertone. So you just want to make sure you're blending this out first. Every part of this. Because you don't want to look ashy. You're going like this, and you want to make sure you're blending these harsh lines out. Go through and make sure that's blended. And so I'm going under my chin. And sometimes you'll notice too in videos is when I am filming, I'll forget places. But that's because I'm supposed to wear glasses and I don't. So I usually film very close up. But let's just get under her chin. Let's get that all blended out. Once we have gotten most of that, we're gonna take a nice wet sponge to blend it out some more. Nice wet sponge. No cream and powder together. Only cream. So if you're using a cream blush, bronzer, highlighter, whatever, make sure that your foundation is cream based. I mean liquid or cream. I mean you can mix those, but you never want to mix cream with powder. Those are two things you don't want to do because it separates the makeup. We're just going through and we are blending out that bronzer. Okay, now that we've blended, well, let's get this over here blended. You just don't want to make sure that you blend all of your contour out. And you could also go back through and take your foundation brush, or you could add a little foundation to it, and that would help with the blending. Just want to make sure that it's fully blended out. Blending and blending. Just make sure we've blended this. Okay, now that that's blended to my liking, I'm gonna take my cream blush. You can do all these steps together, but I like to do them individually. Like apply the bronzer, then apply the blush, and then apply the highlighter. So we're just gonna go in. You don't want to use too much blush because cream like this is very pigmented. So I feel like a pigmented shade, you don't want to use too much. And so you're just gonna go back through. You could take another brush. So this is another brush you can take. And see that denseness? It just helps with that blending, just like that. It's taking that product and it's blending it, and you can build it up. But with cream, you don't want to use too much because it could be powerful. And when you're working with a cream, I would say it's beginner friendly, but not always is it to somebody beginner friendly. So I'm just going through and I am blending out that blush. So let's blend. It looks really pretty. This is shade, let's see, this is shade Joy on my website, and I use shade Smize in the contour. Okay, now that we've added that, we can go back through with the foundation brush and blend that together just so that those lines are fusing. Another layer if you want. I'm going to show you what it's like when you add another layer of the cream blush. You don't want to do too much because if you do too much, it can get intense and hard to maneuver. So let's just show you another layer of the blush on each cheek. Another layer. Wow, that's so freaking pretty. And you're just dragging that up. You want a dense one so it's easy. You don't want to apply it with your fingers. You want to use a brush. I know sometimes when you use makeup, you want to use your fingers, but with a cream, it's not easy to blend without a brush or even a wet sponge. Or even a wet sponge, you want to have a nice wet sponge to just make sure that the bronzer and the cream are just fusing together. This step is necessary in the routine. So I'm just making sure all over that it's nice and blended out. So you can see my blush is laid down, my contour is laid down, blush and contour. No powder. You don't want to use powder. That's one thing you don't want to use when you are applying cream products. Now we are going to go in and we are going to highlight this. So this is our glowish highlighter. That's also on my website. We're just going to add that to the cheeks, just like this, down the bridge of the nose. You want to highlight where you did contour. So you just want to highlight where you contoured. It's basically what you want to do. Brush. It's such a pretty highlighter, and I'll show you the build-up as well. Look at that. The highlighter is just so pretty, and we're going to add another layer as well. This is going to be a probably shorter tutorial video. I know a lot of my videos have been pretty much longer than this. This will probably be a shorter one, but I'm going to add more layers. So we're going to add another layer of the highlighter. Just going to show you how many layers you can build this up to. Just right there. Let's get these layers going. But I'm just adding more highlighter because I just like how it looks, to be honest. I like a lot of highlighter. And then what you want to do is once you're done with that highlighter, you want to take that nice damp sponge right to your skin and right to your skin here. Like, let's get the up close on this makeup. That's what it's looking like. That's your highlighter. Under is your blush. Under is your bronzer. That was me teaching you guys how to apply cream makeup. I hope you guys are enjoying this beginner's guide to makeup series. I taught you how to lay down that highlighter, I taught you how to lay down the blush, and I taught you how to lay down the contour so it fuses with your skin. I also taught you that the biggest no in makeup is no powder and cream mixed together. That is the biggest no in makeup. If you guys are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, and please tell me what you guys think of this makeup series, and if you guys want to see more makeup series, leave a comment down below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like. Take care. Bye, guys.